Hey everybody, you're joining us on a crisp Saturday morning. Temperatures 35 degrees, so we'll see what efficiency does. But we are going to Dimmitt to watch our freshman granddaughter play in a basketball tournament. So we're leaving at 7:15. Game starts at around 9. I think it's about 90 miles to get there. Should be fun.
All right, we're charging across Texas.
That's right, charging across Texas. And Linda, you went and watched her play yesterday. I was working late. This is my busy season. How did the game go yesterday?
It went real well. Our granddaughter got 4 baskets, so that was exciting. The little team that we played were struggling a little bit, but we're in the loser bracket. We lost, I think, our first game, so we're in the loser bracket now. But I think they'll probably, this is the last game.
Yeah.
So, and the other team, I guess I don't know what the outcome will be, but hopefully they'll have lots of fun.
Oh, good. Well, let's don't call it the loser bracket. Let's call it the consolation bracket.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We're in with the losers.
No. What do they call it, really?
I think it's the consolation bracket.
The consolation bracket.
I think so.
Dang it. Okay, I learned something this morning.
I think. I may not be, but that sounds better than losers bracket.
Yeah, it does. Let's start.
Especially when it's your grandkid in it.
I know. Let's start.
All right. We're going to have fun. We'll shoot a little B-roll. We'll hopefully charge at a Francis Charger in Plainview on the way back. I think I can technically sneak a charge on a Tesla supercharger if I need to. There's a supercharger in Plainview, so if for some reason the Francis Energy's not working, we could still charge there, just a little clandestinely. But we'll see. We'll talk to y'all in just a little bit. Okay, since the last trip, whenever I was dogging on BMW about not having supercharger access, while we don't officially have supercharger access, but right after we got home, we had an update in my BMW app that said it was adding stuff to it on the update to help with the transition to NACS. So I'm hoping that means sometime this week at least we'll get official word. It'll officially come through that we can use Tesla superchargers.
Can you mention your email or was it email or text?
I did message Tom Malogny from State of Charge on one of his videos and asked if he knew anything about when we would be getting BMW Tesla supercharger access, and his comment back to me was very soon. So yay, we'll see. And Tom Malogny is his show State of Charge is probably one of the better resources if you're interested in how vehicles charge, how charging equipment works. He does reviews on what charging equipment's the best. He does reviews of EVs and concentrating more on their charging curves and how they charge and all that kind of stuff. So it's really informative, especially if you're looking at an EV. Most likely he's tested it, and you can see how it charges, how it performed for him. And he's up in New Jersey, so it tends to be colder up there. So you can see how well it works in cooler environments if he's not doing it in the summer.
And he took a trip with his dad that was pretty cute to watch.
Well, it wasn't his dad; it was his neighbor.
Oh, I thought he did one with his dad.
I guess he did do one with his dad too.
Yeah, he's done one with his dad and one with his neighbor.
Yeah, he had
Not that I watch him.
she nerds out with me every once in a great while. Yeah, and he did one with a neighbor that was like a Korean War vet, and they went from New Jersey to Florida and bought a Model Y and drove it up on full self-driving from Florida back to New Jersey because the guy doesn't drive very well. So now he's in New Jersey using full self-driving everywhere he goes. I don't think that's what it was intended for yet, but it gives him some mobility at least. He can go to map out his grocery stores he goes to or whatever and just click on a button and go. We're heading that way.
No, not quite.
I'm saying eventually we'll get to the point where you can do that with virtually any car you buy, but still quite a ways off. We're moving that way. Everybody's moving that way.
Talking about Pat needing the
Oh
self-drive.
no.
Misunderstood.
We're at least 5
I
years
know.
away from that. So no, but in general, cars are moving that way.
Yes, okay. I'm with you.
I think it's easier in EVs. There's less mechanical issues or mechanical things to control for the computer if it's just working with other electronics. So we'll see. But I know Mercedes has got a really good system that they're hoping to start rolling out more and more. BMW is working on it. I think Mercedes is probably further along than BMW on it. If China's hot on it, and if we ever start selling Chinese EVs here, you'll see a lot of cars that'll compete with FSD. They won't be as good, but they're on their heels for sure. About to head out of Lubbock. I do have our driver assist pro on, so it's doing the steering and the acceleration and all that stuff for me, and it works pretty well. Although there's it makes me nervous around construction, and there's a couple of spots out here that are rod takeover. So we will see how this goes. All right, we are in Abernathy, and Abernathy has. This is I-27. We're going from I-27 from Lubbock towards Amarillo. We're going to actually turn off in Plainview, but this is Abernathy, which is about halfway between Lubbock and Plainview. But we're coming up on we're on the curve of doom, I like to call it. I have the self-driving app on. Traffic's slowing down anyway, so that'll make it easier. But I was wanting to see how it handled this, but the traffic's going to slow us down enough that it doesn't matter anymore. But the BMW will slow itself. Well, usually I'm coming through here at 78 or 79 miles an hour shown on the speedometer, and it'll slow me down to about 67, 68 to make this a curve. It's pretty sharp for a highway at 75 miles an hour, but that was pretty easy. When the traffic slows you down to 60, it makes it a lot easier to go through and do it. Then there's a second one up here, but it's not as tight a curve. It's not as tight a curve. Now, the first time I came up there, the first couple times I came up on it when I had it on, I turned it off and just drove through it myself. Then I started getting a little nerve, and I'd keep my hands right by the steering wheel and my foot just above the brake, and did that a couple times, and it went through and took care of that pretty well. But wanted to include that. So hopefully that'll be good, something that'll be interesting to somebody. I don't know. I don't know why there's a lot of trucks that's got on the road too. So anyway, we're still driving on down the road. We'll talk to y'all a little bit. All right. We left Dimmitt. We watched the first game that our granddaughter played in. They won 43-12, something like that. 43-12. Fun game to watch. They dominated through and through. Our granddaughter took some great shots. None of them fell in, but there's a couple of the girls there that scored a bunch. So it was good.
It was fun. It was a fun game.
We picked up our other granddaughter back there on her device with her headphones on.
Yeah, they had one more game this afternoon, and so we're going to be.
She doesn't like watching more than one game at a time. She's not the sports girl. The other two are. Anyway, so we're heading home. We are going to stop at Plainview and charge at the Francis Energy. We got our navigation set there, and it should be getting the battery prepared for it. So we should be good.
And the fog is cleared.
Fog is cleared. Yeah. We did have a bunch of fog on the way up here, so that helps out a lot. Don't have to mess with that. So we'll go to I think the Francis Energy has Allsup's on one side and a diner on the other. It kind of splits the difference. I think it's more the diner's parking lot. So we'll see. I don't know if we're ready to eat lunch yet or not. But we really shouldn't have to charge very long to have enough charge to get back home anyway. Yeah. In fact, we could probably make it home as it is, but I want to use the charger. It says we have 123 miles of range, and it's about a I think it's about a 90-mile drive from here to Lubbock. So we should be able to make it comfortably if we wanted to. But I want to charge. I want to try the fastest chargers. All right. What do you think?
It's a nice Saturday.
It's a nice Saturday. It's a really pretty morning.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk to you in just a bit. So we're going to do a little demonstration of how fast we could pass. There we go. That's one of the conveniences of having an electric vehicle. That was 72 to about 96 and nothing flat. And safely around with no problems. Yay, electric vehicles. Well, we charged longer than I thought. We found a Chick-fil-A and decided to go ahead and eat. So we're down to 61 kilowatts, looks like, 95% charged. We're going to stop this charge and get on the road and go home. So we stopped longer than I intended. But with a Chick-fil-A, how can you not?
I know.
Isn't that right? Don't you agree back there, Marlo? That was a good place to stop and charge. So, charged us up to 95%. I feel a little guilty about that, but there's nobody here. The cafe that's where this is in the parking lot is closed for business.
Under construction.
But now there's people here. Yeah, now
renovation.
there's people here renovating it, getting it open up, hopefully for another cafe at some point, diner. It'll make it more convenient to have an Allsup's, a diner, and a Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A will still probably win most of the time, but it would be nice. I'm sure people who are going through and charging would patronize the diner there too. I don't know how often that charger gets used, but this is the second time.
Right here too. That
Oh,
wouldn't
I
be too
forgot.
bad
Yeah,
of a walk either.
it's a
around the
little bit
corner.
further of a walk, but there is an
Yeah.
IHOP. So if you have a hankering for pancakes and
There
lots
you
of
go.
syrup, there you go. And now we are going to get back on I-27 here at the lovely town of Plainview. Glad I don't have to come here and work as often as I used to.
Mm.
No, it's not bad. It's a nice little town. The hospital's nice. The staff and crew are fine. It's just not much fun driving about an hour each way going to work.
Had to leave a lot earlier.
I had to leave a lot earlier. And we'll get to take the curve at Abernathy going the other direction. I'll be sure and put you up. I'll put that back on so we can catch that one. Maybe this time there won't be as much traffic and we can see how the car will slow itself down as we're going through. All right, well, we'll talk to you later. Yeah, sorry. I put the B-roll camera up while we were driving down the road. I didn't realize it was going to block my lovely wife's face. Anyway, we are going to be going into the Abernathy corner we were talking about earlier. Traffic's a little bit faster, so we'll get to see, hopefully, how this thing slows down. And everybody can see that, hopefully. I think it's pretty cool. I don't get out much, though. Kind of a shut-in. Hopefully everyone's going to go out and see Wicked 2 this weekend.
We haven't got our tickets yet, but we're going.
That's right. We got to get our tickets. Got to get our tickets. Okay, let's see what this does. I like to have my hands and my foot by the brake just in case.
So if this your speed is 79 right now.
I thought I went down to 78. I'll do 78. So here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. I didn't slow down. Okay. It stayed at 78. There's 77. I did it. That was pretty good.
Hey.
All right. Another win for German engineering. I don't know if they can do their own software or not, but it worked pretty well right there. All right. Onward home to Lubbock.
Thanks for joining us again for another little road trip, this time to Dimmitt to see our granddaughter play basketball.
Yeah, it was a great trip. We enjoyed it. They played really well. Our granddaughter took some really good shots. They just weren't falling for her today. Played some solid defense. The team as a whole looks pretty darn good. Looking forward to watching them going forward. Thank you so much.
Bye. Be
Bye.
sure and like and subscribe for us, please.
Yeah, smash it.
Smash
And
that
tap it
subscribe
or
button.
whatever you do. One of those things. Anyway, talk to y'all later.
Bye.